Are you currently struggling with neck pain, back pain, knee pain, or just pain around your body and you've been looking into massage guns? The Theragun Pro is the Rolls Royce of massage guns. At $600, it's a very expensive massage gun, but is this worth it? Well, I'm going to tell you about it today. And welcome back. My name is Emmanuel. This is Geekception, and I hope you have a wonderful time here. Now, Theragun is a company that came onto my radar after I got injured on my knee, and I went to a chiropractor who told me to consider this, and I did. I have it now. And in today's video, I'll be doing an unboxing, taking a tour around the device, showing you the app, showing you the programs, and even testing out the sound, how loud it is, the different volumes, and if this is something you should consider. Also, there is a Easter egg at the end if you get all the way to the end. Let's begin. So I'm just going to quickly go over the box, and this is quite a heavy box, I might add. It is very heavy, it is very big. And so on the front here is just Theragun Pro smart percussive device and some of the handles and how it can use and the battery life right there. On the left side here, it has a thing to scan, I think, for the app that you're going to use, which is one of the things I love about this especially. It has an app you can use to, get programs. And on the back here, I think it's just that it's really, really quiet. That I will also test for you guys. And there's also the app link there as well, or at least, they tell you to download the app. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't want to waste too much time, so I'm just going to get my trusty knife right there. I am going to look for somewhere to poke this into. I don't want to break this box. It looks like a very nice fancy box, so I think I would just slide it in there. There you go. And let's just tear this off. I am so excited actually for this. Definitely very pricey, especially here in Malaysia. But do I think it's going to be worth it? Well, I guess I'm going to find out. So I have taken that out. I will now attempt to get into the box here. I think I have to. Okay. I think I have to do this. Like I said, guys, this is a very big box, and inside is another box. Is Boxception right here. So there's got a box here, which I imagine is where the Theragun is going to be. And I'm just going to put that to the side. And then underneath here, there's Therabody there from the creators of the Theragun. Behind here is also like a story statement of, their story. It was created by this guy who I actually watched the video after I had purchased this just to see who made it. There is a pouch inside here, which has the different heads. So, there's this head here. I absolutely have no idea what these are, but I guess I will figure that out when, I download the app, obviously, and set it up. There's this head here. There's this head here, which I've seen in a lot of reviews is the new head right there, which has this removable pad there for people, which is a lot more softer, perhaps for people who are more sensitive, I would say. Then there is two more, I think, yes. So this has got 6 heads. I think there is already one on it, and this is another one, and then this is another one. So they are all like cone shaped kind of things. I'll just put them back into there. I'll get back into that box there, okay? Don't worry, don't go anywhere. It's right there, just taking my time. This costs a lot of money, so believe me, I will take my time here. There's the charging brick right here, and thankfully it's got cables for Malaysia here. So if you use the UK cables, that works there, and it's also got the European, I believe, cable as well. So it's got 2 different cables here. And if you are in the United States, I believe it should be this, or I think this should just be what you use to charge it. I don't know yet, but I will figure this out later. Anyways, enough of all of this preamble. I'm going to slide it off. I'm going to bring the case right there. And the first impressions is this definitely feels like a very sturdy case. It's got a, carrying case already in the box. So, if you want to bring this around, it's definitely going to be heavy. I can tell you that. But also, it's nice that there is a case. You don't have to sort of, figure it out in your bag and all of that. Anyways, let's just get into the case right there. And boom. Oh, wow. Look at that. That looks very premium. And I must say, like, my fear when I first saw this online was that this was going to be too big for me, but I've got really big hands as well. So, grabbing onto it, and it is, I would say, big actually. It is quite big, and I've heard so much about this button here, and that's what separates the Pro from all the other guns in Therabody's lineup, which is that you can adjust the angle, and I'm trying to do that. I don't know. Oh, there you go. So it locks into the next available place like that. So I think that's one of the nice things about this is that you can always, change the position for better angling right there. So I think that's something that is nice. On here, you can see the controls for the vibration intensity. I would say I'm a layman. I have no idea what that means. There's also an OLED screen here to show you like the actual power, which I'll be, demoing to you in a while. And in here is what I assume where the battery goes into. So I'm just going to put that on the floor here. So there's this nice foam case there. I'm just going to put that there, cradle it softly there. And, in here, there's 3 compartments. The first compartment here is, I think user manuals, which is really nice. It actually looks very handwritten as well. So this is from, I would say, the creator of Therabody, and you can always, pause to read this. I think this is a nice touch here. It is printed, but it is handwritten as well, which is very nice. There is a Theragun sticker right there. I'm not sure if the camera is going to be able to pick it up. I think that would go nice on those who like to sticker bomb. There's a personalized therapy thing. I think this is, to tell you about downloading the app, which I will be downloading. There is sort of a setting on how, step 1, step 2, step 3 right there. I think that's going to be cool as well. I don't really care about this, which is, I think, all the end user license agreement, yada, yada, yada. Now, the cool part, and this is what I really love about this actually, is the batteries. So as you can see, the batteries have this reload feel to them. They look like a gun magazines, really. And since I've seen this online, I've been wanting to do this since forever, which is take this and just jam it in there. I'm not sure. Oh, okay, it's supposed to be the other direction. Let's see, and ooh, yes, look at me reload. So yes, I am going to charge this baby up. I am going to try this baby out, and I'm going to give you my first impressions of what I think about the Therabody Pro. Next, let's go to the accessories. So the first thing is, yes, this was not like a US thing. This was actually the battery charger, and this is how we use it. So there's an indicator light here. We take the battery, which I really still like this design. It's like a cartridge, like a gun cartridge. You take this, you put it there, you snap it in there, and it has like an indicator light right there. It turns blue to indicate that it's charging. I imagine that when it's not charging or when it's full, it will change status. So that is it there. And there are also some accessories here on this table that I will be getting back to in a while. But let us, take a quick tour of the Theragun Pro itself. It is, again, not as big as I would imagine. It is still big, but then also I think I have to consider that I do have big hands. So one thing that I do notice on first impressions is that this has like a very soft silicone feel to it, while this has a very hard polycarbonate plastic to feel into it, which means that this feels like it will scratch a whole lot more often, and it feels like it will pick up dirt over time a whole lot more often. So that was sort of the first impressions right there. Now, on the bottom here, obviously there's this, battery port here. So I'm just going to take this battery. I love doing this, by the way. I'm just going to, take this and I'm going to pop it in right there. And, that's a good time to show you this, which is what you used to pop it out right there. Like, I really, really, really love doing this. And the second button right here is to adjust the head. So if I twist this right here and I show you, there are actually 3 grooves in there, 1, 2, 3, which indicates the positions that the Theragun Pro can be in. So if you move it in the first position, it will lock into the nearest position right there. If you press it again and press it, it will lock into the second position. If you press it and leave it, it will lock into the third position. So it locks into the nearest position available. And of course, the design language here still is in line with Therabody and, you know, their design language across all their products. So that's pretty much a quick tour of, you know, the Therabody Pro. You know, here there's an LED indicator to, you know, indicate how the power, if it's connected. And then there are also buttons here, which are very tactile actually. And right here, you can actually see all the models that they have here. They have the Pro, the Elite, the Prime, the Mini, and all of that. So the one I have here is the Pro right there. I'm just going to select the Pro, which also happens to be the top of the line model that they carry. And if we enter into the Wave here, I think these are just like their rollers and all of that, but I do not have that. I'll go back into the Pro and I'll select that, and it tells me to enable Bluetooth. So I'm just going to enable Bluetooth, and it tells me to pair the device. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, you know, click pair device right here. It says the device has been found. So I guess, you know, it can detect it. I'm just going to click on that. Which is pretty quick actually. And yes, so now these are the different attachments. So it tells me the kind of attachments that I have. So I have the cone right there, which is the first one. I have a dampener, which I think is this one. I have this standard ball, which I think is on the Pro right now. And I also have the thumb, which is this little one. And then finally I have the wedge. So I'm just going to go over the, you know, quick one, the cone, small muscle groups like hand and feet, the dampener, perfect for beginners and used all over the body. The large ball, which I do not have, the standard ball, you know, it's a firmer one than the dampener, the super soft one, the thumb. Now going over the different categories right here. So there is the cone. The cone is, you know, best for small muscle groups like your hand and feet. The dampener, which is the one that is on the Pro, which is sort of like an all-rounder. This is the one you want to use like maybe perhaps all the time. A standard ball right there, which is firmer than the dampener. Super soft for extra sore muscles, if you're sensitive, for joints, areas that require gentle touch. The thumb right here to relieve really tight areas. So this is supposed to mimic human touch. And lastly, the wedge, which is supposed to release tension where you need it the most. Now wrapping up this, you know, I'm just going to go back there. I'm going to click continue, and it, you know, tells me that you simply just have to float the Therabody over the back and let it do the rest. You activate the muscles for 30 seconds and 2 minutes recovery. So, you know, just float it over your back or wherever it is, you know, for 30 seconds and then 2 minutes after for recovery. For me personally, I would say I like it to be a little bit more harder, but you know what? I'm going to try it out. And on getting started here, I can see there are different programs here, you know, for, you know, I think guided programs right there with different trainers. There are different recovery programs for your hands and feet. There are, you know, first-time users, intro to lower body, upper body, warm-up activities, activity recovery like walks and stairs, sports warm-up, you know, sports recovery, studio warm-up. And, you know, definitely I think there's something here for you if you are going to be using some of the programs. And, you know, if you're going to workout recovery, for example, you know, I think there is no preview here. But I think, you know, if let's say I click start right here and I turn on my device, let's just turn it on right there. Well, even before I get into this, I guess this is a perfect time to, you know, demo the loudness of this. So right now, this is at the highest it is, 2,400. And this is how it sounds at 2,400. 2,200. 2,100. 1,900. 1,750, which is the lowest amount that the Pro here can go. And as you can see, I don't think it's that loud, especially for something that is this powerful. And I'm back to the, you know, highest volume, which is 2,400 right there. And I don't think it's something that is too loud, but if there is someone in the room who are sleeping, for example, and is sensitive, this might wake them up. But I think in general, this is a pretty okay volume for at least something this big. Now coming back into the app itself, and I'm just going to click start routine right there. And what that does is it activates and tells you which body part you should apply it to, which I think is really cool. And there's also a timer as well that shows you how long to apply it there, what kind of grip you should use, what kind of force. So let's say if I, right now I'm putting it on my body, you can actually see the force meter go up or down right there, as you can see, which is a really nice indicator. So actually how much force you should be putting. And I think that is really, really cool. It's very, very guided. And I think is one thing that I will definitely be trying out right there with the Theragun Pro. So something cool that I quickly discovered while playing with the app is if you go into a For You right here, I go into the routine. So I've already set it up before and I had to cancel it so I can show you. So you can actually select the activities that you do. So for me, those activities will probably be running, because I'm a runner and that is how I actually got my injury in the first place. It will be squash. I like to play squash as well. And it will probably be weightlifting and perhaps walking as well. So yeah, those are some of the activities that I do. I'm just going to click save right there. And also there's a second section called long-term challenges, which is also what I have with my knee because I've got knee pain. So, there are different categories right here. So I'm just going to go to knee pain right there and I'm going to click save. And I think I also have lower back pain. So I think I'm just going to edit it right there. I'm going to click on lower back pain and click save right there. And boom. So now what this does is when I go back into the preferences, it will actually load here with some activities that are targeted towards the kind of pain that I have in my body, such as knee recovery, for example, which is really, really cool. As you can see, it's like the super soft head it uses there. So I think this is really, 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 really cool when it comes to, the ability to actually select the kind of things that you want. And then it gives you programs that you're going to use to help yourself here. I think that is really, really cool. So you just click on connect device, you put the appropriate head that you require, and boom, you have the program set for you right there, which I think is really, really cool. So I've got the Pro right here. I'm just going to do a quick test to see, how it is when I use it on my body. So you can hear the loudness, you can hear how it feels when you put it on your skin. And yeah, let's get into it. I'm so excited. Oh, that is so good. And I think one thing that is nice about this is the different grips I can use for it. Oh, that feels good. Oh, yeah. And I think for first impressions, I used it at 2,400. Definitely, I think one of the things that is nice about this is the different grips I can use it. So you can use it in this grip, you can use it in this grip, you can use it in this grip, and also the positions, right? You can also always, change the different angles in case you need to get to a different position that you cannot, obviously, because of, your hand or how small it is or how big it is. So I think that's something that's really cool about this as well. And, when it comes to first impressions, definitely, especially, when I hit my shoulders right here, oh, it feels so good. I don't know how to describe it apart from the fact that, have you ever gotten like a really good massage and then you get back home and your body just feels so light. And I think first impressions, that's definitely how I feel about this. It feels really, really nice after I've done this. I cannot wait to, try this out, especially for my knee, which is the main problem that I've had which is why I'm not running right now, and also other programs in the Therabody app as well. That is something I'm really looking forward to. Anyways, that has pretty much been it. The Therabody here retails, at least I got it for about 2,600 Malaysian ringgit, which in US dollars is about $600, though there was a sale, or there is currently a sale right now as I'm speaking, that, you know, there's $150 off on the Therabody website, but sadly, I am not in the US. I don't have a US address. I cannot buy it. So I had to buy it at a whole lot more expensive price here in Malaysia. I cannot, wait to use this, bring you my thoughts after a couple of months. Is it worth it, especially for the price, the battery, their positions, the app, and all of those things? So any questions you might have, please leave them in the comment section down there below, and I'll be more than happy to check them out, to tell you what I think about it, and if this will be a long-term investment. I've been Emmanuel, this is Captain Awesome, and I will catch you in the next video. Don't forget to be awesome. Bye. I shit you not, I just cramped in my neck right now, and I literally had to just use this to remove the cramp. I feel so dumb. But it works, I guess.